Hi everyone. Okay, here we are at Tengri News from Kazakhstan. And this is this article about the Kazakhstan central bank governor on Bitcoin. It's their stance over in Kazakhstan. So this is what they have to say. Bitcoin might be deemed as a Ponzi scheme by the Kazakhstan central bank. Kairat Kelimbetov, the country's central bank governor, told a press conference in Almaty yesterday. According to him, the central bank is studying the virtual money that is generated by anonymous internet users to be further exchanged for conventional legal tender and is not controlled by any monetary authorities. I don't know if I believe this. I think, the NSA would just not let Bitcoin get by them, or the CIA, or any of them. And it's the exchange for further legal tender or goods and services, which you can buy now with Bitcoin. Mr. Kalembetov said the bank hadn't formulated its stance on the virtual currency. The issue is rather complicated. Some claim the currency is a good tool of money laundering and an absolute evil. That's why some monetary authorities, like those in China, have banned Bitcoin. But we know China's watching it. And they're probably all in on this together and want to herd everybody in the world into the one world monetary system and get everybody, chipped somehow, force them into it. The Kazakhstan Central Bank has no official stance yet. However, this year we will decide on whether the currency system shall be deemed as a Ponzi scheme. So some of this could be just to throw people off track, make them feel like they're safe. Kazakhstan's finance ministry views Bitcoin as a threat to the country's banks. That was, and listen to this, that was an opinion voiced by Vice Minister of Finance Ruslan Delanov. According to him, should Bitcoin be a major tool for corporations, there will be no work for bankers left. Yep, bankers. Oh no, can you imagine bankers jobless? Okay, then something along the same lines is this. Hong Kong is getting the second ever Bitcoin ATM machine. Hong Kong is where I live. And so you're going to have biometrics to use it. And this is what they say.
Continent's first ever Bitcoin ATM is setting up right here in Hong Kong and follows its global debut in Vancouver from 2013. I recently spoke with Jordan Kelly, the CEO of Robocoin, on how an ATM really works. The world has known traditional ATMs like these ever since they were invented back in the mid-1960s, where you punch in a code to confirm it's you, and then pull real cash backed by a government authority. But by the end of this January, this city, Asia's financial hub of Hong Kong, will get its very first Bitcoin ATM.
Okay, right here, just if I go back a little bit, I just want to show you this. This is exactly where, right in this area, where that giant Templar sign was cut out of the top of the building. Yeah, they still rule.
Hong Kong will get its very first Bitcoin ATM. This is what it looks like. Its maker told me how it works.
Tap Buy Bitcoin on the kiosk, enter in $100, and scan your mobile wallet, and boom, you have Bitcoin. It's as easy as that.
That process makes it fast.
It's easy. So you have to have a wallet, and you have to have biometric authentication. Look how much facial recognition, your palm.
Faster for you to buy Bitcoin in person than online, like through Mt. Gox, the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, where verification can take a few days.
We've solved for that with biometric authentication, plus government ID scanning, plus facial matching technology. It gives people the ability to buy within minutes.
Your Bitcoins are stored in your digital wallet.
Once Bitcoin is in your digital wallet, you can buy real-world stuff and avoid credit card or transfer fees. If you're a gamer, Zynga this month started experimenting with Bitcoin purchases on Farmville 2 and...
Okay, so if you have biometrics, your palm, and you have facial matching technology, then why would you even need a chip in your body for authentication? Well, probably because they need all your information. Your palm doesn't have all your information, you know, your whole life story and your bank account and your face. It just recognizes who you are. They want to know everything about you to be a slave. So it's coming. It's really coming. I don't know where this robo machine is. It's just like robots too, you know.
Scan your mobile.
Oh yeah, okay. That's why Obama's giving away phones. It's all coming together. And look, I did leave a question here about where is the location of the ATM, but they haven't answered me yet, and I don't know where it is. I can look into it a little more. Okay, but then one other thing that I would like to show you is that this about JPMorgan, and this is on Gold Silver Worlds. JPMorgan holds highest amount of physical silver in history. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? So if they have all the gold and all the silver, if the bankers, if there's no need for bankers, if Bitcoin takes over, then they're hoarding as much silver and gold as they can, and they are master manipulators in the market. And so can you imagine the highest amount of physical silver in history? How can this be, JPMorgan? And you know, the bankers that committed suicide, why would they commit suicide when these criminals, they're always committing horrendous crimes, and they just have to pay fines, and then they get even bigger bonuses than ever. Jamie Dimon, head of JPMorgan, is getting 73% higher bonus, something like that. So this is what they do. Okay, down here it's going to tell you, okay, it's going to tell you how much they have and their methodology. Why? How? They get this much. Okay, they know the markets better than anyone else. It's no coincidence that the bank is using that knowledge or abusing that knowledge to their own benefit. Evidence of that lies in the record number of penalties for which they have been accused because of market manipulation. Yes, this is true. So what is the deal with the suicides? I don't think it's about letting secrets out for being in trouble, doing bad things, because the guy who worked for Russell, they were cleared. They got called in, but I think they got cleared, so something else is up. Okay, Butler explains that JPM was able to accumulate so much silver without being noticed through the big silver ETF, SLV, those are the paper ones. In his weekly commentaries to his premium subscribers, he has explained on numerous occasions that the physical silver holdings in SLV, that's like you buy it, you know, like you invest in paper, you buy shares, not the physical silver, have been largely intact on a net basis, but there was a large churn in the holdings, which allows for a large buyer to go unnoticed. They are really slimy snakes in the grass. So, furthermore, the conclusion that JPMorgan has been the big buyer in physical silver is confirmed by the following facts. The growth of metal in the JPM COMEX silver warehouse over the past few years was 45 million. Recent deliveries stopped by the bank in December. Deliveries was 15 million ounces. JPM, being a master in manipulating financial markets, isn't this horrible to know that the markets are just being manipulated, and they're the masters of it, and their CEO gets a 73% raise. Okay, so they have also abused their ability to set the silver price in the leveraged paper comics market while simultaneously benefiting from lower prices to accumulate the physical metal. So they just knock down the price, and then if it floods the market because the price is going down, people let it go, then they scoop it up, causing the price of silver to be depressed via a concentrated short position on the COMEX, along with the ability to crush prices in a high-frequency trading second, to then scooping up physical metal and covering paper shorts at the self-created depressed prices. This is what they're doing. So if they have all this silver, don't you think it's a good idea for all of us to have some silver? I really think so, because no one's going to like being forced into Bitcoin. Could be handy to have some physical silver. You just go online, you just look at your local coin shop, you silver, gold dealers. It's not really that expensive. I mean, it's just trading your dollars for silver, and you might have to pay a little bit more to have it, and then you hide it somewhere in your house. No one will find it, or somewhere in the garden. The underlying motive for JPM to accumulate such a large amount of silver is most likely related to the fact that the bank was on the wrong side of the market when the silver price exploded. When silver went through its historic rally in March and April 2011, the weekly COT, I forgot what that is, data indicated that speculators did not rush into COMEX futures, which means that the peak in the silver price was not driven by speculation in silver futures. On the other hand, there was buying in the big silver ETFs, including record short selling in SLV. Sometimes I can't really get this even myself, you know. I just think, okay, silver is real money, gold is real money, it always has been. They're threatening about the money now. Get your money out of the banks. What do you do with it? If you get your money out of the banks, then what do you do? Put it into something. Put it into, like I heard someone say, tools, food, water, you know, all those good things, and maybe some currency. But can you imagine if the dollar actually crashed to zero? Nobody would even take it. They would just like laugh in your face. If you had some silver, that would still have some value. That has value even in industry. So do what you can. Think about it. Pray about it. Ask God. Get on the right side of the fight between good and evil, which is what it is. And the world's going to burn, because they're going to set it on fire with all their dang nuclear bombs and weapons. And that's what it says in 2 Peter, that this world will burn, the heavens will roll back like a scroll, and there will be a new heaven and a new earth. And if you trust God and the provision for the salvation of our souls, because we're all, you know, can't become short, through Jesus Christ, that the gift of grace, a gift, eternal life, through grace, no works. You don't have to do anything. You just accept it. It's a ticket, the way out. That's how I see it, and I'm glad. Anyway, what else here? So, meantime, JPMorgan has built the longest position in physical silver in recorded history. It holds its grip on the silver price through its short corner in COMEX silver. How can they do this? There's going to be some reckoning coming to them. All right, further reading. So, okay, JPMorgan's perfect silver manipulation cannot last forever. Highest concentrated position in silver history. Okay, the great disconnect between paper and physical silver. Don't get the paper. Just look into it. Look at some videos on silver on YouTube. People are so helpful, and you never know. Okay, thank you for watching, and God bless. Bye for now, and don't let them put any kind of mark on your or chip in your body, because you're the temple of the Holy Spirit. Not supposed to do that. And also in Revelation it says people will have sores.